And just a quick, simple 101 economics tax lesson. Individuals and families pay tax, but they don't make goods and services. So they can't pass down the cost of tax, right? They just have to pay it. In corporations, and I'm talking to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, on corporations, when you increase their tax, what happens? They pass it down through their goods and services. So goods and services increase, causing inflation, causing the issues that we're currently in. That's actually called Economics 101. I just want you to know, these processes and agreements that are what we are seeing is when you pursue a partisan domestic tax agenda in an international tax forum. It really is. Ms. Hertzfeld, you pointed out in your article that the two largest benefactors in terms of revenue were Canada and Germany, and yet we saw that Canada declined to sign the recent Pillar 1 agreement, and Germany is now taxing IP under Section 49 of its tax code in what appears to be purely a revenue grab from U.S. firms. So despite being the largest benefactor of Pillar 2, they're moving forward with discriminatory taxes against American businesses. At the same time, these new rules may violate U.S. tax treaties. So my understanding was that these agreements were intended to stabilize the international tax code. But in essence, am I fair to say that they could and seems to be could realize that they are destabilizing our code? Could that actually happen?
Yes, thank you for the question. So I think there is a question about whether the promises about stability that this international agreement is supposed to bring will actually come to fruition. In addition to the examples you provided, there's also the example of Australia that has proposed a tax that's outside the scope of what was agreed to. And so all of those examples show that raise questions about the promises of stability that the agreement was supposed to bring.
Thank you. Michael, you noted that also. Can you just note just 20 seconds on that?
The beginning of this project process started when France and other European unions started with digital services taxes. Yep. So I think the entire project starts with the assumption that you can agitate at the international level by putting these unilateral measures on other countries. Yep. And so that in and of itself tells you that this system is unstable.
Thank you.
We're going to continue to see these types of unilateral actions as people agitate.
Exactly. Thanks for that.
Change.
Wow, friends. A big day is coming up for many Americans. Several cities and counties are implementing guaranteed income programs. Batches of direct payments will be automatically sent out throughout this year. And the Federal Reserve has also launched a brand new payment system. My dear friends, please do me a favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, do stay tuned because I'll be announcing the winners of yesterday's giveaway. In recent times, universal basic income or guaranteed income has garnered significant attention as a viable solution to combat poverty and ensure financial stability. Universal basic income entails providing regular payments to all residents, regardless of their employment status, with the aim of bridging economic gaps. While critics express concerns about the costs and potential disincentives to work, proponents argue that universal basic income programs have displayed promising outcomes. Contrary to fears about reduced workforce participation, studies conducted by institutions like MIT and Harvard have indicated that universal basic income programs have a minimal impact on employment behavior. For example, during the 2020 presidential elections, Andrew Yang proposed a plan to provide Americans with $12,000 per year, offering a financial safety net without discouraging work. Amidst the crisis, the United States implemented stimulus checks and enhanced child tax credits, which can be considered forms of universal basic income. These measures provided crucial support to Americans during challenging times and showcased the potential effectiveness of cash-based assistance. While federal universal basic income plans are not currently in place, several cities and states across the United States have taken the initiative to pilot basic income programs. Government officials acknowledge the potential of universal basic income in addressing financial challenges and are actively exploring its implementation. San Mateo, California, is rolling out its first guaranteed income program to combat poverty and foster youth. This new proposal will provide both current and former foster youth from ages 18 to 22 years old with $1,000 a month. Ann Arbor, Michigan, is also conducting a program that will offer $530 per month for 24 months to 100 people in the city. The city of Ann Arbor will be partnering with the University of Michigan to study the results of the program. Funds for the program come from $1.6 million in the American Rescue Plan Act that were allocated by the city in 2022. Now, friends, the Federal Reserve has officially launched its long-awaited instant payment service called FedNow, which allows consumers and businesses to send and receive money in seconds. The system allows Americans to pay for groceries instantly, business pay their suppliers, or people pay each other. It will be available 24 hours per day, every day of the year, with full access to funds immediately. FedNow is not offered directly to individuals and businesses, but it will serve as a basis of infrastructure for instant payments by linking banks. The limit per customer credit transaction will be $500,000, but the initial setting of the transaction limit will be $100,000. The money can move from consumer to consumer, from consumers to businesses, or from business to business. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell told reporters, "The Federal Reserve built the FedNow service to help make everyday payments over the coming years faster and more convenient. FedNow is different from apps like Venmo, which require holding balances in the app rather than sending and receiving money directly to and from your bank account. And Venmo is not instantaneous. FedNow is also different from traditional payment rails of check and wire services. The service launches with the participation of 35 banks of different sizes, including JP Morgan and Wells Fargo, as well as credit unions. The Fed is focused on increasing the number of institutions that use FedNow for sending and receiving payments. The United States is not mandating that financial institutions offer the service. The Fed believes when FedNow is fully available and widely used, individuals will be able to instantly receive their paychecks and use them the same day. And small businesses can more efficiently manage cash flows without any processing delays. The Fed maintains that making funds immediately available will help Americans living paycheck to paycheck or small businesses with cash flow constraints by avoiding late payment fees. Analysts say FedNow could also cut demand for payday loans, as consumers will not have to wait for a check to clear. For businesses, there could also be an upside for paying suppliers on time, and businesses could embrace it as a less costly and more certain way to accept consumer payments. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about FedNow? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Well, my beautiful and my most awesome friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Saturday. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Ella Ransdell and Eddie Miranda. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message, or you can even message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.